Jang Wook and the Crown Prince will have a fight. It is clear that Soyol's death will start a great clash between Songrim and Cheonbugwan. Eunuch will expose Naksu's identity. Join us as we break down a small detail of next episode 7 of Alchemy of Souls Season 2. Jang Wook unexpectedly showed up in the gambling den and saved Soyol from death. He rushed to the place after learning of Soyol's condition to help his friend fight the Cheonbugwan mages. At the end of episode 6, Jang Wook was still able to protect Soyol from Yamso's final blow. He claims with his anger, he launches a single strike and makes his enemies fall and knock them down. Luckily, he arrived on time to keep Soyol alive. Soon after, Soyol passed out from using all of his energy and from the pain brought by the blood parasite. After hurting one of his best friends, they will have to taste the fierceness of Jang Wook's power. Jang Wook faced Jinmu's men, who killed So Yi and hurt Soyol while saying the words, "No one will be able to walk out of here alive." Then Jang Wook emerged in a fight to get to the bottom of this. While strangling Yamso's neck, he had no chance against the most powerful mage in Daeho. When Jang Wook had his life in his hands, he said, "Who put that thing in So Yi's body? Was it Jinmu's doing?" Jang Wook questioned. In the face of his death, he noted, "I believe Yamso will admit it, and even if he doesn't, Jang Wook has already believed it was Jinmu." Considering Cheonbugwan men are involved, we can also see in the preview that Jang Wook threw him at the end. He might still be alive or dead. Soyol, who is in critical condition, is being moved to Sejukwan Infirmary for treatment. Meanwhile, the preview starts off with a furious Jang Wook storming into Cheonbugwan in anger to take revenge and looking for answers about the bloodworm parasite. A mage of the Gwonju delivers the news of Jang Wook's trespassing the place ominously. Jinmu orders his people to stop Jang Wook from entering Cheonbugwan at all costs. Jang Wook is seen angrily making his way into the palace because of Soyol, who was almost killed by Jinmu's men, so that he angrily confronted Jinmu. We can see Jinmu's men littering the floor as he passes with a determined look as he enters Cheonbugwan, and then we hear someone that sounds like Hu Yam say that if Soyol dies, it will start a great clash between Songrim and Cheonbugwan. A number of mage are being dispatched in front of the place to prevent him. However, with the great power he has, no one can ever take him down. The Crown Prince was also alerted about Jang Wook breaking into Cheonbugwan. When Jang Wook arrived, the archers fired their arrows against him, which didn't even stop him, not even a little. Then the Crown Prince entered the platform to talk and prevent Jang Wook. I believe Jinmu is using the Crown Prince again for his escape. Remember that it is Jinmu's trait to use other people to benefit himself, just like what he did to Naksu, so the Crown Prince is now one of his victims. The Crown Prince said, "Stop it, Jang Wook. I know that the sword in your hands reflects your grief, hatred, and rage." Jinmu was the root of evil in the series. Even the Crown Prince himself knows it, but he doesn't have the courage to fight against what he believes is right. Jang Wook then replied to him, "Keep hiding behind him, like you always do." I hope these words really awaken the Crown Prince. It's not too late for his character. Then Jang Wook pointed his sword at the Crown Prince. It seems to me also that the Crown Prince is not trying to shield Jinmu but to protect Jang Wook from making an atrocious decision. They can possibly warn him about revolting in the palace so that they can remind Jang Wook of Park Jin's sworn promise in the Omnibus Assembly 3 years ago. Park Jin stepped down from his position when he took responsibility for everything that happened 3 years ago. He also promised to die if Jang Wook's intent was to cause chaos in the world. Recently, he warned the queen about what she did to Buyan at the banquet with Jinmu's accomplice. Jang Wook is very restrained so that he won't intervene back 3 years ago. But Jang Wook could sense that powerful pieces were moving across the chessboard and looked set to try and checkmate them all. He wants to attack Jinmu and Cheonbugwan, desperate for revenge. Park Jin tells him not to. He shows Wook the old emblem from the past and proceeds to tell him the full story of his birth, including how the king switched places with Jangang. Given Jang Wook's intent to cause chaos, Park Jin promises to do everything in his power to stop him if he goes down this path, even if he himself dies in the process. Jang Wook ends up conflicted over what to do and can't make up his mind, even with Master Li trying to guide him along the right path. But this time, Jang Wook's childhood friend So-yeol was badly hurt. Jin Mu and the queen also plotted to kill Buyan at the banquet just to have their hands in Jin Yuan to summon another ice stone. I don't think this will still stop Jang Wook from taking revenge on So-yeol, who is in critical condition and was almost killed by Cheonbugwan men. The news about So-yeol reaches the king, who demands that Jin Mu take immediate action. It is clear that So-yeol's death will start a great clash between Songrim and Cheonbugwan. We all know that Cheonbugwan doesn't have enough power to fight Songrim, especially with Jang Wook being one of them. In order to save So-yeol, I believe the king will order everyone to do what they can and to get any help they can get. The first would be Jin Mu. He can take out the parasite himself since he's the one who started using it. The second would be Master Li, who treated Buyan's petrified body. Taking out a blood parasite would be easy for him. Or in the third instance of a crisis like this, Jin Mu seeks out Hu Kyung's help to save So-yeol's life. The question is, will Hu Kyung be willing to help him? I bet she'll be asking in return for doing him a favor. In the last episode, Hu Kyung was asked if there was really a way to take the parasite out of the human body. She had a simple answer. Insects are eaten by birds. Is she indicating that the firebird can save So-yeol? But the firebird will bring suffering to the world when it hatches out of its egg, so I doubt the leader of Jin Yuan will use it to save him, or Hu Kyung will possibly ask to bring Buyan home as a return for the help. This is just a symbolic plot knowing So-yeol has always been fascinated with birds, ever since his childhood. It is one of the reasons why he met Naksu and was able to spend some time with her. So-yeol and Naksu also shared good memories of the bird whistle, which he destroyed in episode 6. Meanwhile, So-yeol's lantern of life is slowly fading. If you recall, each member of the So family has a lantern of life displayed in So Fortress. When the lights go out, it is an indication that the person is dead. So in order to prevent the queen's lantern of life from fading after Shaman Choi switched her soul with the queen's body, they were required to keep the queen alive before. But So-yeol's lantern of life is fading now that he is in a life or death circumstance. But he will survive this. When Buyan was reaching for So-yeol, who was lying sick at the Sejukwan infirmary, she put her hand in So-yeol's chest, which made her recall a memory of the bird caller whistle, which surprised her. Then we heard only 3 breaths, which could be a flash of memory for So-yeol. Meanwhile, Yeonuk was the one to discover So-yeol's farewell letter. So-yeol's original plan was to bring Buyan to Dan Hyangak, and he planned on killing himself and Buyan. He thought it was his chance to do what he didn't do to Mudok, which was to kill her from the very beginning when he found out about her being Naksu. So-yeol and Naksu also shared good memories of the bird whistle, which is why he may have destroyed it in episode 6, because he plans to fully take responsibility this time. That's why he prepared a farewell letter to explain his actions when he was gone. If he'd been successful in killing Buyan, I believe he'll provide a reason why he killed her. And in that letter, Yeonuk finds out the truth. Buyan is Naksu. I believe Yeonuk asked Buyan about Naksu, but she was aware that Naksu was Jang Wook's former lover. Buyan must have shown Yeonuk that she has no interest in Naksu or Naksu's past and that what matters is her relationship with Jang Wook now. This explains Yeonuk's words in the preview. She said she did not want to find out, so I plan to show her. She's planning on making Buyan remember. Yeonuk knows that Naksu killed many people, including Jang Wook, and if she ever comes back, no one will accept her again. She must be thinking that if Buyan is gone, she could take her place beside Jang Wook. You said you have no recollection of who you are, right? Yeonuk asked, and then she splashed water on Bu's clothes, which shocked her. After a while, she sees her reflection in the water, and she witnesses her eyes glowing and turning blue. She remembers what Jang Wook had said about Naksu. The blue marks bloomed in her eyes like flowers. As the clip comes to a close, she appears bewildered, like she's really remembering who she is. Could this mean that she will realize that she is Naksu? According to Master Li, her soul will be rejected in that body once Buyan regains her divine power and Naksu retrieves her memory. To find out how the regaining of memories will affect Naxu, tune into the next episode of Alchemy of Souls Part 2 on December 31st at 9:10 p.m. Let's not forget that this is only a theory and prediction, and we will learn more as the season progresses.